every story appears ordinary until you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Good evening and welcome to CoreTV Primetime News. I am Omotayo Alo. In our major story, a civil rights organization, Vanguard of Nigeria's Democracy, raised the alarm over clandestine moves by President Muhammad Buhari to investigate and imprison former President Goodluck Jonathan on trumped-up charges. Also in this program, the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, on Saturday hosted some children to an elaborate reception as part of activities marking this year's Eid al-Fitr. The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Araze, promises the police and Plateau resident better welfare packages. And outside Nigeria, Saudi security forces have arrested 431 suspected members of the Islamic State militant group. And now the news in full. A civil rights organization, Vanguard of Nigeria's Democracy, on Saturday raised the alarm over clandestine moves by President Muhammad Buhari to investigate, malign and imprison former President Goodluck Jonathan on trumped-up charges. The group specifically accused the president and his All Progressives Congress-led administration of unsavory and patiently rampant action, which is said were anti-Niger Delta and against the Ijaw ethnic nationality. The group believed Jonathan was the target of the controversy surrounding some alleged missing funds from the nation's treasury during the tenure of the immediate past administration. Meanwhile, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, wondered why people would dwell on speculations when nothing concrete had been established against Jonathan. The spokesman of the group, Osage Ogemudia, in a statement in Abuja on Saturday, claimed that anti-Niger Delta and anti-Ijaw posture of the APC government of Buhari had been demonstrated in several ways. The wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, on Saturday hosted some children to an elaborate reception as part of activities marking this year's Eid al-Fitr. The party held inside the old banquet hall of the presidential villa Abuja, and the president's wife told the children to be good ambassadors of their parents and the country. While saying that the future of the country is in their hands, Aisha Buhari urged them to face their studies and be obedient to their parents. She also urged children to continue to pray for all the Nigerian children who are presently residing inside different internally displaced persons camps scattered all over the country because of acts of terrorism in parts of the country. She also told them that the present administration attaches great importance to the welfare of children and would stop at nothing to ensure their protection and development. As Muslims across the world mark the end of this year's Ramadan fasting, large number of people turned out to observe the Eid al-Fitr prayer at the Kofa Mata Stadium in Kano. The prayer, which was led by the Emir of Kano, Mohammed Sanusi II, was attended by Governor Abdullahi Ganduje, as Deputy Professor Hafiz Abubakar and other government officials. The governor, in a solemn message, thanked God for his blessing and protection, as well as for his successful Ramadan period.
And we urge our people, it is not only in the month of Ramadan that we submit ourselves to the service of God, to the service of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Araze, said he is gender sensitive and will never discriminate against women police in the service. He stated this at the Police Training Command in Jos when the women folks cried out to him on the marginalization that they have contended with. He also assures residents of better security and welfare.
Policing is not about all of us in uniform. It's about everybody. It's about the community. How are we going to partner with the community? How are we going to ensure that our societies or our communities are safe? I want to talk to them. I also have some students in the staff college who are officers who are undergoing training. I also want to connect with them too. So I have there are multiplicity of reasons why they are engaged.
Well, it's a way to assure my policemen, assure the entire Plateau State that he has their problems at heart, and he wants to really attend to our problems and see what he can do to make life more meaningful to all the people in Plateau State.
The Speaker, Ekiti State House of Assembly, Kola Oluwole, has assured the people of the state that the legislative arm of the government would not lack in its responsibilities. Oluwole, in a statement on Saturday in Ado-Ekiti, said Ekiti people voted for us on April 11 in expectation of new things, and by the grace of God, the current 26 lawmakers have resolved to do their jobs well. Oluwole said neither would the House be polarized, nor would it bicker with the executive arm in the name of politics. He reiterated the PDP-dominated House of Assembly's determination to be part of the drive that would bring about the desired development in the state. He noted that the bickering and the face-off between the former legislators and the governor were responsible for the war that was waged against the state. Adamawa State Governor Muhammad Bindo has said the country's constitution is unfair to traditional institutions for not assigning constitutional responsibilities to it. Bindo made the remark on Saturday in Yola when the Lamido Emirate Council paid him Salah homage. According to the governor, constitutional recognition of the role of traditional rulers and institution will have prevented some of the security challenges and other social vices currently confronting the country. He pledged that his administration would give due recognition to traditional institutions in the state. We take a break now and we'll be back with more stories. Stay tuned.
This is what the people are saying.
You don't run a big economy with generator. They need to do more in terms of energy and power.
Many things to do for this Nigeria about lights, water, and new TT.
For Nigerians that are not gullible, we know that good laws have done nothing good for this country.
Buhari won the election convincingly.
Talk to our husband that you should keep promise about what you said, and because people are watching you, another election is coming.
But some people will stand for Yoruba land, will be strong man. We don't die.
This nation is moving forward. The best is going to take place.
The people giving voice to the voiceless.
If you're just joining us, it's CoreTV Primetime News. Here's a quick reminder of our major story. A civil rights organization, Vanguard of Nigerians' Democracy, raised the alarm over clandestine moves by President Muhammad Buhari to investigate and imprison former President Goodluck Jonathan and trumped-up charges. The wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, on Saturday hosted some children to an elaborate reception as part of activities marking this year's Eid al-Fitr. The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Araze, promises the police in Plateau resident better welfare packages. And also for more news and information, do well to visit our social media platform facebook.com/CoreTV News. You could also tweet at us and follow us at CoreTV News NG. Also visit our YouTube channel youtube.com/CoreTV with a space and news. Residents of Alagbole Akute in Ifo local government area of Ogun State are grappling with challenges posed by bad road network over the years. The situation for most residents reaches its peak during the rainy season, and with the rains, residents of the area are exposed to the challenge of navigating the area due to flood erosion affecting the road network. Correspondent Precious Kingston visited the area and filed in this report.
Movement for those who have access to good road is just hassle-free, but for the residents of Alagbole Akute for local government area of Ogun State, it's not something to be taken lightly with the awful condition of the road network within the area, which is home to thousands. For an average vehicle owner, navigating the roads here is a difficult task. Different strokes, they say, for different folks, which motorcycles and tricycles have become an alternative means of transportation, with many of them smiling to the bank daily. Some private vehicle owners who are not happy with the bad state of the roads bear their minds on what they go through daily.
Let government just support us to finish this job. We need an assistant. And because this road is worst thing. When the rain continue like this place will not, there is no way to pass. And a lot of motor and a bike spoiling around this road.
We are appealing to the governor to please. This is a good project, but we are appealing to them to finish it on time. The suffering here is much for us. I feel like packing out of Akute and move into Lagos.
These residents say the health implication has become a source of major worry, with refuse dumps now the common sight almost on the major roads.
Government should come to our own aid here and just see what they can do so that the people in this vicinity will not be able to contact any disease from what is going on with this.
The bad road network has 8 implications on economic activities in the area, leading to a mass immigration.
Yes, so everybody has run away now. No one is there again. Everybody has gone to Ajal, Ikeja, Ogba, Bega, Ojodu, so Oshodi. In fact, many has gone back to Ibadan. But we are managing here because we don't have anywhere to go. So we need to relax here and be waiting on to God for God to do something. We are begging the government to assist us. It's not too late. Though we know this is rainy season, but at the same time, maybe during the dry season, they should help us to put things in order.
The problem we have now, look, you can see the vehicle, all the vehicle going now, is this bridge. The governor has tried to do the bridge to this level. Now that it's in, let it come and complete the bridge, or even do the wrong way for us so that we can see road passing. All the vehicles here are damaging. You can see this vehicle damaged, other one damaged there. We just help us to come and do the road. There's no anything else. For this main time now, let it just call the Chinese people to come and straighten the road so that people can pass around and the vehicle can move around.
With the situation showing no signs of an improvement anytime soon due to the ongoing financial crisis that has crippled activities in many states, the demand of the residents of the area is that the state government must find a quick fix solution to the bad state of the road.
As the Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode, works to put an end to the years of suffering by Lagos commuters in traffic gridlock, it appears not all groups in the society are pleased with the decision. A correspondent who recently undertook a tour of some of the traffic-prone areas in Lagos has details in this report. The issue of traffic gridlock in Lagos to some people have assumed a legendary proportion, with most people spending hours in avoidable traffic leading to loss of manpower hours. Many have even gone as far as leaving the central business district to ensure they stay away from the traffic. But for these traffic entrepreneurs, it's a win-win situation.
Some people are suffering for it. But I'll just say sorry for that because I used to make my own money.
How much do you make in a day?
Or sometimes I make 5,000 naira, 3,000 naira, depends how traffic is.
I will go Kingsway, I say. After we don't finish for that place, I come here again.
I say.
They added that business for them booms when there is a huge traffic gridlock, irrespective of the risk inherent in the practice of selling in traffic. They say man must keep body and soul together.
I don't have money to rent shop, and here they pay me. Earlier they make small profits. No matter how, where, if I go, only I don't come out, I don't go say like 3,000-4,000 a day. Understand? I get family, I take the feed them. That's one thing they like hold up. Hold on a sharp business.
I myself, I didn't pray to be in this hold up. Even though by the God grace, when I see a little money that I'm expecting, I can leave the hold up.
I just finished my secondary school. I don't have any money to sponsor myself to the institution. That's why I joined to sell this.
While the state government is putting into place measures to reduce the traffic gridlocks in Lagos and reduce losses of productivity, the traffic entrepreneurs say the state should take them into consideration and provide stalls for them to continue their business. Omotayo, CoreTV News, Lagos. Leaders of Panteka in Kaduna South have denied getting a 30-day quick notice to relocate from their present spot. They claim it was a plot to tarnish the image of Governor Nasir El-Rufai. Panteka has been in existence since 1949 and has different kinds of ventures, including manufacturing. Amina Nebe has more in this report as presented from our studios. Panteka in Kaduna South local government of the state is where most of the cans picked from dump site are turned into useful products. The waste materials are brought together, melted and coupled into a finished product like pots, baking pan, etc. One of the leaders of the artisans, Adamu Maman, explains how the waste is recycled. These containers are brought from those that pick waste bin from different locations. We melt it and couple it into pots of different kinds. Mansira Jibril is also an artisan. He wants the government to assist him and his colleagues in the trade he has spent over 15 years. I am appealing to the present governor Nasir El-Rufai to come to our aid. We need assistance because this work cannot sustain us. The leader of this group of artisans has been in the trade for over 35 years. Over 35 years now, I have been training boys who graduate orders. In most of the key local government, I have my boys. This job I learned it from Mali man. Then they came to Nigeria. Kaduna, and I started as a boy like that. The boy blowing fire. Gradually, I started learning and improving, and I eventually graduated. Some of the boys are even married with children and have benefited.
I don't have anything that will correspond with this insinuation in the town. I don't have anything note. I don't have a verbal instruction, nothing of that nature. But I myself have been having this kind of promos, even from Lagos, Kano, Katsina. People have been calling me. We heard that you people are going to vacate this place to another place. I don't know. But we call on the Excellency, Executive Governor of Kaduna State. We know him. We know his track records. We want him to at least, if there's anything that has to do with this kind of information, let us be informed so that we'll be in the picture of everything.
Most of the youth here, it's like we are promoting them. So the youth here, most of them are here to work, as in most of them are operators, some of them are wood sellers, and we have many. This is a business center, in short. So most of the youth, this is a market that they are promoting youth.
For many of these people, government assistance and support is required to ensure that their manual waste-to-wealth scheme. Meat is regarded as one of the nutritious and proteinous benefits of healthy living. While some others disagree, others agree. But what exactly is your position? Olajumoke Olatunji has more in this report.
Agriculture Organization of the United Nations. The livestock sector is one of the top 3 or 2 most significant contributors to the most serious environmental problems at every scale from local to global. As well as being responsible for a huge chunk of global greenhouse gas emissions, meat production requires increasingly unsustainable levels of precious resources, land, water and energy. and is a major contributor towards global environmental degradation. Nearly a third of all the land on Earth is usually used for livestock and feed production. So, with the world's population expected to reach 9 billion by 2050, raising enough animals to keep up with our current meat-heavy diets spells disaster for the planet. In fact, if everyone in the world ate so much meat as those in Western countries, we would need 4 to 5 more planets to sustain ourselves. Over the last 50 years, there has been a dramatic rise in the amount of meat that people are eating. There are also many people who automatically include meat in a meal without considering other options. Reducing our meat consumption is health as well as environmental benefits. Research performed by Oxford University found that 45,000 lives a year would be saved by people reducing their meat intake. 31,000 from heart diseases, 9,000 from cancer, and 5,000 from stroke.
Of protein, and in this part of the world where we are, I think the major source of protein for the common man, as you rightly put it, is meat. Although there are so many other beautiful sources of protein, but meat is the common one and mainly understood as a source of protein. There's nothing wrong in taking meat, but like you rightly said, when at a particular age, it will be encouraged that, especially when you are getting about 40, 50 years and above, it will be encouraged that you take less of meat consumption because of your heart. You see, because today we have a lot of problems all over the globe. People just collapse because of heart attack, cardiovascular problems. Now we see that as we age, the tendency is that our immune system seems to be slow.
And of course, eating less meat is also a compassionate choice. Over 60 billion animals are farmed and killed each year. The vast majority raised in crowded feedlots or intensive factory farms.
Of meat, yeah, 5 or 4 it's okay for me. Yeah, it's because just I like meat. That's the thing.
So you can't do without meat?
Yeah, I can't do without meat.
I don't believe in taking meat. I believe in taking fish because I grew up with fish. I grew up in a fish environment, so I grew up with it. Then I eat it. I don't depend on. I don't like at all. I don't like meat at all.
It's every day is a problem. It causes a lot of worms, and it disturbs the head. So why fish is very good.
I shouldn't take more than one.
One. So you prefer fish or what?
I even prefer fish.
Skipping meat for one day a week is a small change which can make a big difference. It's positive, fun, healthy, and an easy way to make a meaningful contribution to a more sustainable future. Olajumoke Olatunji, CoreTV News, Lagos.
I guess now you have a position. The beautification of Owerri appears to be one of the top agenda of Governor Rochas Okorocha. The exercise, which as its slogan is Imo, My Pride, is in no doubt the well-being of the entire citizens and residents of Imo State. According to the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Special Duties, Ima Ibeduro confirmed that the exercise may cause some inconvenience, but it is in the benefit of the state. Correspondent Ajibade Awofeso, who has been following the event, was at the scene of one of the exercise and filed in this report.
The slogan, Imo My Pride, a beautification of a weary exercise set up by Rochas Okorocha, has been embraced by virtually all in the state. According to the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Special Duties, Ima Ibediro, who is one of the frontliners of the event, affirmed the lasting and desired effect the beautification will achieve.
We are at the Tiger Street to Owerri, and we are trying to evacuate the waste that has been sitting here for quite a long time. That's what we are doing. Because all these things are the spirit of our new program, the My Pride program, which is to evacuate, to restore the beauty of Owerri as the state capital of the state. And that's a very
a program that is very close to the heart of our government. And that is what we are trying to achieve.
He also spoke about the incident which occurred at the Amausa a day before when the demolition team were there to clear off shanties blocking waterways as ordered by the governor, which left many unhappy.
Your effects that the demolition was selective, that we're only trying to demolish shops that are obstructing the road around the Konoma. So they were insisting that if we must do that, was also extended to Amausa. No, but you see, somehow along the line, they were also trying to take laws into their hands. So, and it was resisted. So if you see what happened yesterday, the tractor was, the payloader was almost practically forced to move into Amausa, even when we have not gotten to that extent. That will tell you how the mob reacts. But the most important thing is that the Hausa community was not targeted. Before that thing happened, we have also spoken to the leaders. We have spoken to them, and they agreed to remove the part of Amausa that was obstructing the road. So there was no reason for that action yesterday. But you see, when a mob starts reacting, there's nothing you can really do to control it. So my happiness is that the road was quelled yesterday, and everybody's moving about peacefully. So there's no more tension around them.
He further reaffirms the commitment of the governor to enforce every last Saturday of the month as a day earmarked for absolute sanitation to keep the state neat and healthy. Ajibade Awofeso, CoreTV News, Owerri.
We take another break, and when we come back, we'll be back with news from outside Nigeria, business, sport, and entertainment news. Stay tuned.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. And from outside Nigeria, a sailor who was injured in a shooting in the U.S. state of Tennessee on Thursday has died of his wounds. A gunman killed 4 U.S. Marines and wounded 3 others, including the sailor, earlier this week after opening fire at 2 military facilities in the city of Chattanooga. The Navy statement did not give the sailor's name, but he was earlier identified as Navy Petty Officer 2nd Class Randall Smith, a reservist serving on active duty in Chattanooga. The suspect has been identified as 24-year-old Mahmoud Yusuf Abdulaziz, a naturalized American born in Kuwait, who was shot dead by the police. The FBI said there was no identification that anyone else was involved in the shooting, as law enforcement authorities continue to investigate the motive for the attack. Saudi security forces have arrested 431 suspected members of the Islamic sect militant group. They're accused of plotting suicide attacks on security forces and mosques in various parts of the country. Most of the suspects are Saudi citizens, but they also include people from 6 nationalities, including Yemen and Syria, the Interior Ministry says. Saudi Arabia is part of a U.S.-led coalition carrying out airstrikes against IS militants in Syria and Iraq. In its statement, the Interior Ministry said the suspects were planning suicide operations targeting mosques on every Friday, timed with assassinations of security men in the East. Terrorists plot to target a diplomatic mission, security and government facilities. The southern province of Shawra were also thwarted. In April, Saudi authorities, said they had arrested 93 IS suspects and foiled planned attacks on targets including the U.S. Embassy in Riyadh. And now to business. Former Greek Finance Minister Yanis Varoufakis says economic reforms imposed on his country by creditors are going to fail ahead of talks on a huge bailout. Varoufakis said Greece was subject to a program that will go down in history as the greatest disaster of macroeconomic management ever. The German parliament approved the opening of negotiations on Friday. The bailout could total 60 billion in exchange for austerity measures. In a damning assessment, Varoufakis told the BBC's Mark Lobel this program is going to fail whoever undertakes its implementation. He said Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras, who has admitted that he does not believe in the bailout, had little option but to sign. Tsipras has announced the cabinet reshuffle, sacking several ministers who voted against the reforms in parliament this week. But he opted not to bring in technocrats or opposition politicians as replacements. Nigerian entrepreneurs have been presented an opportunity to grow their business through the recent Bank of Industry unveiled plan to induct successful entrepreneurs under the Tony Elumelu Foundation in its Hall of Fame. According to the Managing Director of Bank of Industry, Rashid Olaoluwa, the initiative embarked on in a bid to encourage more young and aspiring entrepreneurs to improve their business and help the country's wealth grow through job creation for the teeming unemployed. Olaoluwa said the bank was working in collaboration with key stakeholders to ensure that successful entrepreneurs under the initiative were supported and recognized globally for their hard work and resilience. The financial support institution boss assured that specific funds will be directed for the growth of over 40 sectors to improve small business access to finance. It further implored entrepreneurs to constantly update themselves with trends in the global market by studying the dynamics of the economy and the world at large. For the founder of Tony Elumelu Foundation, Tony Elumelu, the initiative of an annual bootcamp for entrepreneurs is targeted at providing the needed knowledge and skills to transform ideas to reality. He added that the set mission was a holistic 10-year, 2.4 billion naira commitment that would identify, grow and create 10,000 African entrepreneurs. Nigeria may be getting a headway in overcoming its power supply challenge. This is coming on the front burner as the country records a new peak in power generation at 4,656.4 megawatts, coming less than 2 days after 4,545 megawatts was recorded. While energy experts ascribe the rise in power generation in the past few days to the stability in the supply of gas to the electricity generation plants, industry officials say the decrease in pipelines vandalism as a result of massive security personnel's presence at the facilities made it possible. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Power, Godsno Igali, had stated that the country was now getting stable supply of electricity, adding that no system collapse had been recorded for a considerable period of time. According to Igali, the feat was made possible because security agencies were able to reduce the menace of vandalism of pipelines carrying gas to the various terminal plants across the country. Power generation and transmission have been above 4,000 megawatts following improvements in gas supply to the generating stations as well as equipment infrastructure upgrade and enhanced human capacity of the system operators. The TCN assures that it will continue to work at enhancing the capacity to transmit more quality power to the distribution companies, the company stated. Airline Operators Association of Nigeria has named multiple charges as the major challenge facing local airline operators and called on the federal government to review the charges paid by its members in order to reduce their high cost of operation. The General Secretary of the association, Mohammed Georgie, says high operating cost poses a clog in the wheel of the aviation industry in Nigeria. Listing the charges, which include 5% ticket sale charge, landing and parking charge, as well as passenger service charge and en route navigational charge, Georgie expressed that aside the series of charges, airlines are also subjected to paying value-added tax to the Federal Inland Revenue Service, which he described as abnormal. In his plea to government on the challenge posed by high cost of aviation fuel, he called for stabilization of aviation fuel supply and pricing, which had been of serious concern to both operators and stakeholders. Georgie called on the federal government to do something as quick as possible. He also disclosed that foreign exchange issue was another challenge bedeviling the growth of the sector, adding that every part of an aircraft, including nuts, bolts and screws, were imported. And now to sports.
Our style, and that's what he delivered. Here's that ball storming, Puyol with a flying lead.
Go, taking them out in the lead and really.
Andy and Jamie Murray won the doubles to give Britain a 2-1 lead over France in the Davis Cup quarter-final at a Rocos Queen's Club in London. The brothers beat Nicholas Mahut and Joe Wilfred Songa 4-6, 6-3, 7-6, 7-5, 6-1. And Murray will hope to seal victory in the best-of-5 tie when he plays the first of Sunday's singles matches. The winners of the tie will play Australia or Kazakhstan at home in September, with Britain trying to reach a first semi-final since 1981. Andy Murray suffered a nasty fall during the third set and is scheduled to play French #1 Gilles Simon at 12:30 BST on Sunday. Though Wimbledon semi-finalist Richard Gasquet could be drafted in, his brother Jamie, 29, added, "It was brilliant. The crowd were amazing, twice as loud as yesterday, and we absolutely loved it." Mo Farah said he may only defend one of his 2 World Championship titles next month after finishing 4th in the Diamond League 1,500 meter in Monaco. Farah ran well in his second race back since doping claims against his coach Alberto Salazar, but said he might not compete over 5,000 meters in Belgium. In the women's 1,500 meter, Jenzabe Dibaba set a new world record of 3 minutes and 50 seconds. The 24-year-old Ethiopian took 4 seconds off a personal best to break Yonzai Su's record of 3 minutes 50 seconds 46, which had stood since September 1993. Britain's Laura Moe finished 5th, breaking her own Scottish record in 3 minutes 58 seconds and 66. Only 2004 Olympic champion Dame Kelly Holmes has run faster among Britons. On the night of fast races, Absbel Kiprups winning time in the men's 1,500 meter was the 5th fastest ever. Brazil legend Pelé has had treatment in hospital 2 months after having prostate surgery. Local media reports say the 74-year-old was suffering from a trapped nerve and has back surgery at the Albert Einstein Hospital in Sao Paulo. Pele, a three-time World Cup winner, was treated for urinary infection 8 months ago after having kidney stones removed. He should be released in the coming days. According to report, Pele, who was named FIFA's Player of the Century, scored a world record total of 1,281 goals in 1,363 games during his 21-year career, including 77 in 91 appearances for Brazil. He has only one kidney, having had one removed towards the end of his playing career. Pele played in 14 games at World Cup finals, scoring 12 goals, and was awarded the FIFA Golden Ball as the best player at the 1970 tournament. And now to entertainment, with the issue of insurgency ravaging the nation, which has become a menace with solution yet to be unraveled. Speaking to CoreTV News on Kodajax Extra, entertainer Michael Fashino, also known as Erujeje, emphasizing prayer and love. He called the Nigerians to be patient for the Buhari's administration, that in no time there would be positive results.
If anything happened, like this, the Nigerian man will have reached from Ibadan, will have reached Lagos, and will be asking in Lagos, sorry, what happened in Ibadan? Before, you understand. So at the end of the day, you will discover that we are peace-loving people. We do not, in our culture, every culture, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and the rest of them, we don't like. I believe this thing about the insurgency and terrorist activities is very foreign to us. However, it has crept into our domain, and we need to deal decisively with it. I believe we need to be careful with our youths, however, and then some of the policies that the government will probably begin to, how they operate and all the rest, they need to be very careful and take the plight of the common person to heart, because a hungry man is latently angry.
Before we go, here is a quick reminder of our major story. A civil rights organization, Vanguards of Nigeria's Democracy, raised the alarm over a clandestine moves by President Muhammad Buhari to investigate and imprison former President Goodluck Jonathan on trumped-up charges. The wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, on Saturday hosted some children to an elaborate reception as part of activities marking this year's Eid al-Fitr. The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Araze, promises the police and Plateau resident better welfare packages. And it's a wrap on CoreTV Primetime News. My name is Omotayo Alo. Thank you so very much for watching.